Do you guys still talk, or is it kind of a little resistance right now because
I ain't spoke with him in about a month. Maybe about a
The fallout between Lil Wayne and Birdman went far beyond money and contracts. After allegations surfaced that Birdman had placed a hit on Wayne, newly uncovered footage now suggests Wayne himself was prepared to retaliate. What began as a mentor-protege relationship spiraled into something far more dangerous. And it all traces back to one moment of bus shooting that changed everything. April 26, 2015 started like any ordinary tour date. Lil Wayne performed at Compound nightclub in Atlanta, unaware that the night would become one of hip-hop's most controversial incidents. Around 3:30 a.m., Wayne's two tour buses, carrying 12 people, were fired upon I-285 North. Multiple shots from 9mm and .40 caliber handguns ripped through both buses. Miraculously, no one was injured. The shooter was later identified as Jimmy Pee-wee Roscoe Winfrey, Young Thug's tour manager and a YSL-affiliated Bloods gang member. Earlier that night, police had escorted Wayne's buses due to escalating threats at the venue, where Winfrey was reportedly seen carrying an assault rifle while driving a white 2015 Chevrolet Camaro. Witnesses say he directly threatened Wayne, declaring, "This my city. Keep coming around. I'll spray the bus." After the police escort ended near Atlanta Road, Winfrey allegedly pulled alongside the buses and opened fire before fleeing the scene. He hid the Camaro in a relative's garage, attempted to delete an incriminating Instagram photo, and then fled to Miami. That same night, tension spilled over publicly when Young Thug was booed off stage in New Orleans, with the crowd chanting in support of Lil Wayne. On July 30th, 2015, Winfrey was indicted in Cobb County on 30 charges, including 3 RICO violations, 8 counts under the Street Gang Terrorism Act, 12 counts of aggravated assault, multiple firearm charges, and criminal damage to property. The indictment also named 2 unindicted co-conspirators, Birdman and Young Thug. Prosecutors allege that Winfrey acted on Young Thug's direction, motivated by gang status and financial gain. 80% of the case was motive and communication. Wayne's $51 million lawsuit threatened the foundation of Cash Money Records, and prosecutors argue that Birdman allegedly used Young Thug and Winfrey to intimidate or potentially eliminate him. Phone records revealed that Winfrey called Young Thug 8 times in the 12 minutes leading up to the shooting. Immediately after the attack, Winfrey's first call was to Birdman, lasting through his drive to the hotel where Wayne's buses sought safety. Additional evidence fueled speculation. Young Thug's June 2015 halftime video featured Winfrey waving an assault rifle, while lyrics such as "Pop him in the noggin" were interpreted as references to Wayne. Instagram posts showed firearms and threats, and all parties claimed Blood's affiliation through YSL. Then, in September 2018, a leaked phone call between Birdman and Winfrey surfaced, adding another explosive layer to one of hip-hop's darkest chapters.
Right, they're saying during the call, Birdman is saying, "Time for you to come out here and get your money. You did everything you could do, boss." Now,
and he's calling from jail.
Yeah.
The call was obtained through a civil lawsuit filed in 2016 by bus driver Alvin Lewis, who sued Birdman, Young Thug, Jimmy Winfrey, and their affiliated entities for emotional distress. In the suit, Lewis alleged that Birdman promised Winfrey roughly $250,000 and a Porsche as payment.
I believe that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Birdman really loves Wayne in that way. I believe that he would not want Lil Wayne harmed in that way, and I don't think he would associate with somebody who tried to do harm to Lil Wayne.
Birdman's camp immediately pushed back on the allegations. A source told TMZ that the leaked phone call had nothing to do with the bus shooting, claiming it referred to unrelated business matters or general encouragement. Birdman denied any involvement, stating he did not believe Winfrey was a shooter and insisted he would never associate with anyone who attempted to harm Lil Wayne. He also publicly vowed to cooperate with investigators. Young Thug likewise dismissed the claims as outrageous and unfounded. Still, prosecutors and observers noted that the circumstantial evidence painted a troubling picture. Winfrey initially pleaded guilty in 2015 and was sentenced to 10 years in prison, followed by 10 years of probation. That conviction was overturned in 2018 after a judge ruled the plea had been coerced. In 2020, Winfrey pleaded guilty again, this time to gang terrorism charges, receiving time served in probation. Then, in 2024, he entered another guilty plea as part of the YSL RICO case, bringing yet another chapter of the saga to a close.
According to Alvin Lewis, he's saying that Birdman promised Jimmy Winfrey $250,000 and a Porsche, and that was for the shooting.
Where's he getting this information from?
I have no idea.
Exactly, man. You can't be believing these second, third hands.
Despite the web of connections, no criminal charges were ever filed against Birdman or Young Thug. Prosecutors acknowledged reviewing the evidence, but ultimately declined to pursue charges, citing a lack of proof beyond association and circumstantial links. Still, the incident never fully disappeared. It resurfaced years later during Young Thug's 2022 to 2024 YSL RICO trial, where the bus shooting was cited as an alleged overt act in a broader gang conspiracy. In August 2025, a 2015 interrogation video resurfaced, showing Young Thug referencing hearing that Jimmy Winfrey was the shooters parking fresh accusations of snitching. Thug denied cooperating with authorities, insisting he was only trying to help his brother. Winfrey later publicly defended Thug, stating he was clean as Listerine. Even so, the damage was already done. The bus shooting transformed what had once been a business dispute into something potentially deadly. Whether Birdman or Young Thug were truly involved remains disputed, but the incident cast a long shadow over hip-hop. The once-celebrated father-son bond between Birdman and Lil Wayne, once seen as unbreakable, became forever associated with bullets, blood, and betrayal. To understand how deep that fracture runs, you have to go back to the beginning. Dwayne Michael Carter Jr. met Brian Birdman Williams around 1991, when Wayne was just 9 years old. The exact introduction remains debated. Some say it happened through New Orleans rapper Lil Slim, who was already making money in the local scene. Others believe Wayne's stepfather, Reginald Rabbit McDonald, connected him to the Williams brothers through street ties. Either way, that meeting changed hip-hop forever and created one of its most complex relationships. That same year, Birdman co-founded Cash Money Records with his older brother Ronald Slim Williams and the Magnolia Projects, as bounce music and street rap were taking over New Orleans. Cash Money was built from the ground of pressing vinyl independently, selling record hand-to-hand, and moving units through pure street entrepreneurship. This wasn't corporate boardroom rap. It was raw, unfiltered Southern street life, documenting the struggle through gritty beats and unpolished truth. Young Wayne, coming out of Hollygrove, stood out immediately. He caught Birdman's attention by leaving freestyles on his answering machine. These weren't just verses, they were survival stories from a kid who saw music as his only way out. In New Orleans at the time, the options were limited. You either picked up a pen, picked up a ball, or ended up in the ground. Wayne chose the pen and everything changed.
I had to smoke, drink, and record. Yeah. I don't write nothing down, so it's just something I do. I record so damn much.
Cash Money's rise was nothing short of meteoric. In 1998, the label secured a landmark $30 million distribution deal with Universal Records, launching the once local imprint onto the national stage. That same year, Juvenile's 400 Degrees exploded, eventually going quadruple platinum and cementing Cash Money's dominance. In 1997, the Hot Boys supergroup officially formed, bringing together Juvenile, BG Turk, and Lil Wayne. Their 1999 album Guerrilla Warfare went platinum, further solidifying the label's grip on hip-hop. That same year, just 17 years old, Wayne released his solo debut, The Block is Hot, which also went platinum and confirmed him as the next star in the Cash Money machine. Throughout this period, the bond between Birdman and Wayne was on full display. In interviews and public appearances, Wayne often referred to Birdman as his brother from another, showcasing a relationship that appeared built on loyalty, trust, and familiarity, at least on the surface.
You and Wayne had like a kiss thing going on.
First of all, my own born son,
Yes.
I would kiss him.
Right.
I know you got a child, you probably kiss him. You probably got a son and you kiss him.
Yeah.
You heard me? I always looked at Wayne as my son, and I always looked at it like, because I was in the streets, and I thought this might be it.
In 2005, Lil Wayne was named president of Cash Money Records and launched Young Money Entertainment as its flagship imprint. The move would reshape hip-hop. In 2009, Wayne signed Drake and Nicki Minaj, transforming Young Money into a cultural powerhouse and setting the stage for a new generation of superstars. Wayne's own success peaked shortly before that shift. The Carter III, released in 2008, sold over 1 million copies in its first week, becoming a landmark moment in hip-hop history and solidifying Lil Wayne's place among the genre's all-time greats.
Like for the Sun album coming in, baby.
In 2006, Birdman and Lil Wayne released their collaborative album Like Father, Like Son, which debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200 and was later certified gold. The title alone summed up how they viewed their relationship: Birdman as a father figure, Wayne as the son to generations coming together to build an empire from nothing. The album's standout single, Stuntin' Like My Daddy, peaked at number 21 on the Billboard Hot 100 and won a BET Viewer's Choice Award. The record wasn't metaphorical. Wayne was literally rapping about modeling himself after Birdman. The same swagger, the same grind, the same flashy success. Together, they embodied Southern rap's mid-2000s aesthetic diamonds, luxury cars, unapologetic excess. Cash Money set the standard for rap opulence, and Wayne stood at the center of it all, the golden child and living proof that Birdman system worked. But beneath the success, darker patterns were beginning to surface, issues many overlooked at the time. Cash Money developed a troubling reputation among its artists. Juvenile, Manny Fresh, and BG all accused the label of financial misconduct. Juvenile left the label twice and later sued for $10 million in unpaid royalties, alleging that while Birdman lived lavishly, artists were left struggling. Manny Fresh, the in-house producer responsible for Cash Money's signature sound, departed in 2005 over unpaid production fees. BG also spoke out, suggesting the label's roots in street hustling influenced how business was conducted. Birdman himself carried a controversial past, including arrests and associations that reinforced the perception that Cash Money operated less like a traditional record label and more like a street organization. In that environment, conventional business ethics didn't always apply. Yet through it all, Wayne stayed loyal. While others walked away, he stood by Birdman. He believed in him. He loved him like family. And most importantly, he trusted him completely with his career, his money, and his future.
You guys still talk, or is it kind of a little resistance right now because...
I ain't spoke with him in about a month. Maybe about a month.
Birdman, however, insisted that the relationship was far from over.
See each other every day.
Who?
Man, Wayne, we work right next to door to each other at the studio.
Are you serious? So if you're in Studio A and he's in Studio B, y'all be there at the same time?
Yeah.
And y'all don't talk to each other?
Every night.
On May 26, 2015, Lil Wayne took a direct shot at Cash Money on A$AP Rockies and Downs, rapping, "Ain't no more CM," making it crystal clear it was done with the label. Over the next couple of months, Wayne continued to assert his independence. In June and July 2015, he signed a deal with Tidal for his Free Weezy album, which included even more pointed dices, like "Rest in Peace to the Cash Money Weezy." Birdman pushed back legally, suing Jay-Z's Tidal for $50 million over streaming rights, trying to block Wayne from collecting his earnings. Tensions escalated in public. On July 12, 2015, Birdman allegedly threw a drink at Wayne during a Miami performance, a shocking and disrespectful moment that only added fuel to the fire. Yet, brief flashes of reconciliation appeared. In January 2016, Wayne and Birdman reunited at Drake's New Year's Eve party and even performed together. Birdman called Wayne "my son" on stage, like old times. But the peace was short-lived. Underlying conflict remained unresolved by March 28, 2016. Wayne filed a $40 million lawsuit against Universal Music Group, alleging that the label had diverted profits from Young Money artists including Drake and Nicki Minaj to cover Birdman's debts. In May 2016, during a Chance the Rapper event, Wayne publicly called out labels trying to hold him back, shouting "Cash Money" to the crowd, showing he wasn't backing down. Later that year, in September, Wayne even hinted at retirement, frustrated by the drawn-out battle. Wayne accused Birdman of pocketing $70 million from a $100 million advance that was supposed to be his, prompting a judge to order Birdman to disclose his financial records. Fans watched in real time as the father-son bond crumbled publicly. Wayne's anger and disappointment were visible in every interview. Every performance seeing an open display of betrayal, frustration, and a relationship torn apart by money and